Well, hi there. Ian, Trends to Change, Renaissance Guy, and just thought I'd quickly do a quick video. I'm not sponsored and I'm not monetized, and neither do I really care about that sort of thing. I do this channel to share my thoughts, my opinions and feelings on life and how I've overcome problems in my life. I'm not a font of all knowledge and all wisdom, but in the 52 years that I've been alive, I've certainly picked up a few things, and I know a little bit about life, and come to an understanding of a few things. So I will say, ask stupid questions and you'll get a stupid answer. On this channel, I don't mess around and I don't tolerate stupidity, but I just try to help people through their life. So with that introduction aside, today I'm going to talk about training. I'm going to talk about knowledge, and I'm going to talk about application. And just recently I've seen a lot of fit influencers talking about other people, how they look as though they need a personal trainer, or people say, oh, I used to be able to do something, especially as older people, when we say, oh, I used to be able to do this, that and the other. And it's true, as you get older, unfortunately there are some abilities that you lose. For example, I used to do martial arts. I used to study Jeet Kune Do, and I used to enjoy doing that. In my 20s, I could do a split jump kick and kick my legs out at the height of 6 foot. I used to be able to kick outwards as well, full split kick. I can't do that anymore. I won't do that anymore. I certainly don't think I would ever in my entire life, for the rest of my life, be able to do that again. However, and this is really to sort of set a few of the younger PTs who spout their mouths off about the older PTs. The reason why we were so successful is because we did do all these things. We encountered all the problems. My qualifications are, I went from, and I've talked about this over and over again, I went from £395 and I cut right back down to my premarital weight of £190. I know a little bit about getting into shape, and I know how to do it. I've encountered the pitfalls, the emotional crisis that we go through, the hopelessness, everything. I know all about that, and it is knowledge with going through all that I can take someone who is younger and who has the same problems and work through them and get them there quicker than what I did by avoiding the pitfalls that I encountered. Now remember as well, is I did that all myself. I didn't have a personal trainer. I didn't have the money for a personal trainer. I had to do it myself. I took the PT course. I acquired the knowledge. I did ask questions. I didn't do it all by myself, but I did ask questions of different people. How do you do this? How do you do that? I got a few ideas from pro bodybuilders, from people who've been in the industry, from older people who had done it. And I acquired my knowledge through my own study and research. So for someone to turn around and say that because the 60-year-old says, I used to do it but I can't, it's because they're old. They have literally worn out their bodies, or at least they're older. They can't do it. They still can train, and they can still train to a really good weight and everything else like that. They haven't totally lost everything. They may be a little bit out of shape, but hell, they're 60, 70 years old. They've still got all that knowledge. That's why not a lot of successful boxers have old boxer trainers, because they know every single trick and trade in the book. So for you to stand there and criticize these old men and old women because they can't do something that they did in the youth, I think you need to actually grow up do better, mind your own business, because someday you're going to be at that age. Okay, now, why would a personal trainer need another personal trainer? There are a lot of personal trainers who go into competitions. There are a lot of personal trainers who want to learn more, who want to do more. So they will hire another PT, you know. And there are some personal trainers out there who have taken the course like I did, and I was extremely overweight when I did the course. So I wanted to get better. I think there's an awful lot of people on social media now who really have forgotten exactly where they came from, or they haven't had the challenge of going from one extreme to another. Like they always say, don't criticize someone until you walk in their shoes. So to all these fit influencers who are mocking other people, who are degrading other people, who are essentially spouting the mouth off, you got nothing except your mouth. And I guarantee you one day you'll get to my age and you're going to look worse than me. Most of you will do. I promise you this. I've seen some of you already. The fit influencers 10 years back who are on the thing, doing it on social media, saying, oh, do this, this, and this. And now the useless lumps. They've lost everything. Remember humility. We all start where we can't do something, where we don't understand, we don't have that knowledge, that we all have to ask questions. We all have to be taught by experience. So to all those fit influencers shutting their mouths off, you know, be a little bit more humble and remember where you were at one time, because chances are there were things that you couldn't do that other people could do. Take your ego out of it, okay? Really take your ego out, because there is always a bigger, better fish. And there are people bigger and better than me. There are people, I'm bigger and better than some other people. It's the circle of life. There is always going to be someone who is better than you. Always stay humble, teachable, and learn, because there is always something to learn. That's all I need to say today. Have a great day. Catch you all later. Improve yourself, become better, be better.